Let's talk about profitability in today's environment. Bitcoin mining can still make sense and be profitable for some individuals. Equipment is more easily obtained, although competitive ASICs cost anywhere from a few $100 up to about $10,000. In an effort to stay competitive, some machines have adapted. For example, some hardware allows users to alter settings to lower energy requirements, thus lowering overall costs. Prospective miners should perform a cost-benefit analysis to understand their break-even price before making the fixed cost purchases of the equipment. The variables needed to make this calculation are: cost of power. What is your electricity rate? Keep in mind that rates change depending on the season, the time of day, and other factors. You can find this information on your electric bill. Electricity is not only required for running computations on mining systems, but also to cool them and prevent them from overheating. Efficiency. This value is a function of the difficulty level and efficiency in the number of calculations that your mining system to win the puzzle. Briefly, it can be formulated as the amount of power that your system consumes in watts. Time. What is the anticipated length of time you will spend mining to maximize the chances of finding a block? Most individual miners run their systems for extended periods of time, even 24 hours if they can afford the bills. Bitcoin value. The current value of Bitcoin is the return on investment of your expenses to mine the cryptocurrency. What is the value of a Bitcoin in US dollars or another official currency? There are several web-based profitability calculators such as the one provided by CryptoCompare that would-be miners can use to analyze the cost-benefit equation of Bitcoin mining. Profitability calculators differ slightly and some are more complex than others. Run your analysis several times using different price levels for both the cost of power and the value of bitcoins. Also change the level of difficulty to see how that affects the analysis. Determine at what price level Bitcoin mining becomes profitable for you, that is, your break-even price. For example, in November 2021, the price of a Bitcoin was hovering around $55,000, given a current reward of 6.25 BTC for a completed block. Miners are rewarded around $344,000 successfully completing a hash. Of course, because the price of Bitcoin is highly variable, this reward figure is likely to change. Mining pools. To compete against the mining mega centers, individuals can join a mining pool, which is a group of miners who work together and share the rewards. This can increase the speed and reduce the difficulty of mining, putting profitability in reach. As difficulty and cost have increased, more and more individuals miners have opted to participate in a pool. Although the overall reward decreases because it is shared among the multiple participants, the combined computing power means that mining pools stand a much greater chance of actually completing a hashing problem first and receiving a reward in the first place. The two most commonly used payout methods used in Bitcoin mining pools are briefly described below. Proportional mining. In a proportional mining payout method, miners receive rewards proportional to the amount of effort expended by them in finding a block. The payout amount also depends on whether the pool finds a block. Thus, miners will not earn anything unless they find a block. In the opposite scenario, they stand to maximize their profits if they find multiple blocks. This payout method is profitable during times when the price of Bitcoin surges, even though the difficulty level increases correspondingly. The payout from rising prices of Bitcoin will ensure that the miner profits. Pay per share method. As its name denotes, the pay per share method distributes payouts based on the mining power of the entire pool. It is the opposite of a proportional mining system. A miner's share is determined not by their effort but by an equitable division of the rewards received by the pool. A miner receives the reward regardless of whether the pool finds a block. Since it guarantees a flat fee, this payment model is best suited for periods when Bitcoin price is low because it translates to sustained income for miners during lean times. As Bitcoin's ecosystem has developed, a new form of payment method has developed to overcome drawbacks inherent in both payment method types. For example, a pay per share model can remove the incentives for miners from finding blocks altogether. Since a payout is guaranteed, a proportional mining method is problematic during bear markets or as Bitcoin rewards decline. In response, many miners have taken to switching their resources between mining pools based on their payout method and the Bitcoin price. Some mining pools have also adapted their rewards strategy between the two payout methods in response to declining rewards of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin mining is Bitcoin mining profitable for individual miners? To answer the question of whether Bitcoin mining is still profitable, use a web-based profitability calculator to run a cost-benefit analysis. Determine if you are willing to lay out the necessary initial capital for the hardware and estimate the future value of bitcoins as well as the level of difficulty. When both Bitcoin prices and mining difficulty decline, it usually indicates fewer miners and more ease of receiving bitcoins. When Bitcoin prices and mining difficulty rise, expect the opposite, more miners competing for fewer bitcoins. According to recent research, Bitcoin mining is a highly concentrated business with 10% of Bitcoin miners controlling 90% of mining capacity on Bitcoin's network. Even more telling is another statistic from the research: 0.1% of all miners own 50% of the network's mining capacity. This means that Bitcoin rewards are distributed disproportionately in Bitcoin's network. When you sign up to mine independently, bear in mind that you are competing against established outfits that have enormous capacity amounting to megawatts at their disposal. So guys, we'll end this video. Goodbye.